back again, and I had completely forgotten that in 10.1.7 that they were adding some stuff back. So one of the things they did is it looks like they added a lot of the old school, I assume these are starting weapons, whoops, that starting weapons that classes had back in vanilla. I assume that's what these are. I don't know what else these would be added for, but yeah, we have a couple new vendor items here. So we'll buy these real quick.
Greetings.
I need that one. Let's sell this. Make my inventory a little bit cleaner. We need that one, that one, that one. That. See, I think these are like, or at least most of them are old like starter weapons. But like, who started with spears? No one started with a pole arm, so I don't know what those are from. Anyway, we have Claymore. We have this appearance. We have it a couple different times. Pretty basic one. Battle-worn hammer is completely new. Not too special though. Worn spear we have, same as the heavy spear. Warder's spear is completely new. I think we have a similar one, just a different color on the hilt. Heavy wood chopper's new. That's just a different lumberjack axe. Worn greatsword isn't new. It's the same as this one. Okay, sure, whatever. And then the worn battle axe, which is that one. Nothing, like I said, nothing too crazy. I don't know what the spears are from, but I assume that most of those are just starter weapons. We actually do have a couple others, and it's mainly this, because I know this is what the priest started out with, was the Neophyte's Mace. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I remember priest starting out with. And recruit short sword, that might have been what warrior started with. I can't remember exactly, but it was something of that degree. Come on, where'd they put them? I gotta do all. I should be able to equip them. Oh, it's her, not him. That's right. Recruit short sword. Not the flail. The Neophyte's Mace. There was a third one. The worn axe. There we go.
Safe travel.
So we got the recruit short sword. Whoa. That has to be what Blood Elf Warrior started with. Yeah, which we're at it later. Is that what priest? Oh, man, I do not know. That might have been what like Draenei started with. I have no idea. I think that's what Hunter started with. They started with a one-handed axe. I know that.
How are you?
I don't remember.
Have a good one.
I'm not even certain at all on any of these things. But it's a couple new appearances. What was it, like 10 of them or something like that? So that's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my keys. We have these lock boxes.
Need help?
Good as time. Good as time. This is as good as time as any. That was way too many words for that. But anyway, we'll crack these open. See if we get anything crazy out of them. Probably not, but you know, you never know. I think they're all frost steel. No, there's one corium there. One corium, 6 frost steel. Nothing crazy. I'm surprised they've never removed this, the lockpicking time. This takes so long to get them open. Like if you're doing big lockbox openings, I guess that's the thing, is like lockboxes are still quite rare. I don't get a lot of them. Yeah, that's a titanium plating. Alright, so we got one of them. Mace we already have. Some gauntlets that are new. New appearance on some gauntlets, that's pretty nice. Cloth robe. Some armor, that is new. Brand new appearance too. Hey. We got a blue necklace, which is worse because it's an int neck, but it is a blue world drop. Mail shoulders, and a short sword that's new. So we actually got some quite a few new appearances here. We already had this one, but everything else is new, so that's pretty nice. Grimscale gauntlets, they look really bad, but they're completely unique appearance other than like some mail armor, which you know doesn't really work, so it's fine. West Guard armor, That's a unique appearance. We don't have that? Okay. Sure, I guess. Whatever. And then we got the iron grip short sword. I mean, it's a fine little sword. Really tiny, but you know, hey, it is a short sword. So a couple new appearances from that, better than expected, really. I mean, like three new appearances from like 7 lockboxes, plus a BOE blue. Granted, BOE blue meant nothing, but you know, it's pretty nice. Another thing, Brewfest is going on, as you might be able to tell by these wreaths and the holiday enthusiasts and this ribbon and stuff. Now, most of Brewfest is over in Ironforge, and you can't actually interact with much of it in Elwynn. But there are these little gardens. They have the Brewfest gardens, and these are needed for like some quests and stuff for Brewfest, but we can't do those without going to Ironforge. However, the vendors here do sell a bunch of different alcohols here that are needed for an achievement. It's called a Strange Brew, and it requires 9 different alcohols. And it's the first 3 that these all sell. They're they actually give well-fed buffs and everything too. But that's it. It's Strange Brew. It's literally that. It's by these 9 alcohols, and you can actually, as you see, clients only is really weird. But you can buy them from I guess from any of the Brewfest gardens. You don't actually have to go to the main Brewfest camp to get that achievement. So that gives us an actual Brewfest achievement. That's the only one we have access to because everything else requires Ironforge. But I mean, that's pretty cool. But the big thing that was actually added in 10.1.7 is that they finally added back a lot of the items dropped by rare spawns in old zones that were revamped in Cataclysm. For instance, Gug Fat Candle. He drops a small wooden hammer. I think this is a world drop, but Gug has it on his specific drop table. It might not have existed, but look at that. The Thuggish Shield and the Studded Blackjack have been re-added into the game. Get out of here, Heritage Armor. They have been re-added into the game. Now, they're not 100% drop rate, so it may take a couple of attempts to actually get the items, but with that, it means it is time for me to go back and start killing rares again. It's been a while, but, well, Fat Candle bag, so no hammer from him, but you're one of the easiest to farm, so that's not a problem. But we'll actually have to farm these rares again to see if we can get the rare items from the items from the rares. And on top of that, they added back the mining mallet, the mining shovel, and the stone knoll hammer. So, hey, look, which are the world drops that were removed. I remember going through the adventure guide and talking about it, and I don't think anyone from Blizzard has heard of me ever. I'm sure this has been a well-requested feature in the transmog community for a very, very long time that I just never, since I don't do transmog, I don't know anything about. But, thank you. Thank you for, like, going back and adding these, because, I guess an ARG is not up, huh? Doesn't look like it. Let me go check on, Theros real quick. Because at least now, like, this, I mean, this didn't hurt anything, and now that they, you know, these unique appearances actually can drop again, like, that's good. It's cool. I do, yeah, he wasn't here either. I do expect these to actually be slightly harder to get my hands on, because, for instance, Thuggish Shield is a completely unique appearance. There's nothing else that shares this appearance. Studded Blackjack has, you know, a ton of different appearances with it as we've gone over, but Thuggish Shield is completely unique, so I do expect some people to go for that. And I think Fingerless Gloves was his other drop, actually got added too. So, you know, that one I'm pretty sure is a completely unique drop too. So I do expect some people to be farming for these. It's not very surprising, you know, I mean, it's pretty understandable. But with this, we are going to be farming, it shouldn't take too long. Actually, I have no clue. I have no idea what the drop rates are for the mining mallet and the candle. It's a mining mallet, mining shovel, and then the stone knoll hammer. I don't know what the drop rates are. So this could take a while. But we're gonna keep killing them to figure out. But this is actually really, really good because I'm pretty sure it affected more than just white and gray items. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of like green rares, like a lot of rare drops that no matter the quality, green, blue, yellow. No one's dropping artifact weapons. Green, blue, white, gray. I don't think any grays dropped either, but it doesn't matter. Rare drop. The rares in zones revamped by Cataclysm got all messed up, so their loot was all messed up. But this adds so much more worth to the rares in every zone. Like instead of just fed fennel, like even though we farmed, I farmed Theros and Narg quite a while before downloading all the things and it confirming that these items do not exist anymore. So I put in a little bit of work going for these items. But like instead of just farming fed fennel, we would have been, the path that we were utilizing, that I was utilizing like multiple times a day, checking for all the rares and stuff, actually would have had a couple more rewards, which would have been, more exciting, more chances that I wouldn't just be wasting my time and stuff. Also, these zone drops being added back, there's quite a few of these, like old, unique appearances that low-level mobs and stuff dropped. I'm sure high-level mobs did too, before the revamp, and it'd be pretty cool to actually get to collect, not experience, there's nothing really to experience, but to collect all these things as well. Like, yeah, they added a lot of stuff after Cataclysm to a lot of these zones and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff beforehand already, and getting rid of it didn't help anything, really. I mean, I know it was just a byproduct for the most part of what the revamp did. Like the entire loot tables and stuff were just completely different. So these do drop the mining shovel. It shows them right down there, but it doesn't seem to drop the mallet. Is that from like higher level ones? Is that from that might be like from the ones over in Jasper Load? I don't know. I'm pretty sure back in, no, this one says it drops the mallet. Maybe the miner, the dreaded gem. Why does it say I don't have a heavy copper longsword? Maybe I don't have a heavy copper longsword. I think that was a broadsword that I had. I went to Northrend. That's Cataclysm. Where's my weapons? What did I make? Heavy copper broadsword, that's right. Yeah, that is right. That must be from the, is that from the, like, one of the blacksmithing quests? Probably. Yeah, it's from the Dumbarrow quest. Okay, it threw me off, but yeah, no, that's right. Everything's correct. I'm not mining copper. I've mined enough copper. I don't need it. Well, shouldn't need it. But yeah, it looks like the tunnelers dropped the shovel and the miners dropped the mallet. That might be correct. I mean, that could be correct from classic statistics. I don't know. I remember they both dropped in Fargo Deep, but I never really paid attention which of the kobolds dropped which. I think Jasper Load has the miners, so has more miners. So if we get the shovel, we can head to Jasper Load. Be a little bit more efficient with our farming. These things don't hyper spawn too much, huh? I guess they wanted it to be. They re-added it back in. They wanted it to actually be like a little bit of a farm. This might actually take a while. I didn't think it would take long to get the shovel and the mallet and everything. But I mean, it's not. I mean, I've cleared it twice. I mean, I don't know. Is it like a 1% drop? Like a 0.1% drop? Like how many kobolds are they expecting to be killed? I don't know. I remember the thing being quite common back in the day, but that doesn't mean they made it common now. It could have bumped up its rarity a lot to make it a more exciting farm. I don't know if that makes it necessarily more exciting for most people, but it does mean people have to spend longer doing it, which might be what Blizzard want. I don't know why, but I mean, I don't know the answer to a lot of things that Blizzard does, and I think a lot of people don't. you know, a lot of it is perplexing. Gonna get a little bit of linen though. Might get some new world drop appearances. We have quite a few of the like Elwynn drops, like world drops and stuff. The grays, the whites, greens and stuff, but we definitely don't have them all. Because we spent most of our time in the slightly higher bracket. Stockades is a like 20s bracket, more Westfall, Duskwood, Red Ridge drop table than the maybe even more Red Ridge Duskwood drop tables than Elwynn and Westfall. Yeah, this could actually. This looks like it's going to take a while. I mean, all the things is telling me it drops. So I'm going to believe them because I believed them when they said it didn't drop. So I mean, it, you know, wouldn't necessarily make sense for me to trust them one way and then not trust them on the other way. I had seen the post when they were talking about adding these things back in, but I didn't know they did it in 10.1.7. I saw it on all the things when I logged on. That they had been added in. I came back to I hearthed to go to Stormwind because I needed to do my pet battles for my extra traveler's tender for this month, and I happened to notice when well, actually what happened is I flew outside, I saw the Brewfest tents, and I was like, oh, Brewfest tents, that's interesting, they're out here. And then I opened up the vendors to see what they were selling, and I noticed that the beer they sold was for the achievement, and I was like, oh, I guess I can get the a Brewfest achievement out here. I guess I need to get that. And then I opened all the things to check to see if there was anything else that I could do in the zone, and I noticed the rares were on there. I noticed like Gug was on there and the Thuggish Shield and everything, and I was like, oh, I guess they implemented that, huh? Well, that's interesting. So here we are, farming them. Yeah, I'll probably actually will check for the rares on every character. Probably. You can do it. I mean, like, see if they're on different layers. They probably are. Well, maybe. I don't know. We still have, you know, the other mount and boots to get from the raid. So, I mean, we do have one of the mounts, as you can see. Blue Drake. It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. Hey, Narg's up. Hey, Narg. You dropped that studded blackjack now, don't you? You got it for me? No. No, you don't. Unfortunate. But if you come up, that means Theros might have come up. Let me clean up these kobolds around the edge here and go check for Theros. I need to be killing the ones up here too. I bet you can get these guys to hyper spawn, but you need to kill enough of them in the area. And the problem is I'm not hitting like the spawns up here, so I bet you that's limiting their respawn potential a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I'm no expert in respawn, like mob respawning and stuff. But I know if you kill a lot of them, they're more likely to respawn. That's about it. But yeah, let's see. Still nothing. Let's go check on Theros, see if he's up. Get a kill in on him if he is. See if we can't get that Thuggish Shield. He is up. There you are, Theros. You got anything for me? You sure do. There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at it, boys. The Thuggish Shield, boys, girls, and everyone else. The Thuggish Shield. All that time spent farming. It is a very shitty appearance. No wonder it's unique, but like, oh. There it is. All that time spent farming for it wasn't a waste. We got it in the end. Oh, that's so nice. So, I mean, you know, yes, was the time I spent farming for it before a waste? Technically, yes, because it couldn't drop, so none of that mattered. But the fact that they added it back in the game, you know what? Like I said, I know I had nothing to do with it. I'm not that narcissistic to think that Blizzard even knows I exist. But I'm gonna take credit for myself. Like I'm not saying that I deserve any credit from anyone else, but I'm gonna credit myself that somehow, in some way, I don't know, not dictated, like but you know, like a bit flip in a game, like where the universe is out to the universe is out to mess with you. Like it's an impossibility odds you can never replicate. You can't even think about it, but it can happen. Like a 1 changes to a 0. Yeah, that's kind of like the situation I'm in, where like I am that bit flip. I was like, it was an impossibility. You can't rely on it. You never expect anything of the same rarity to happen ever again, but it still happened. So, you know, you just have to live with it, essentially. God, I have a lot of malachite. A lot of malachite and nothing to do with it, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what I'll do with it. I probably, whoa. I just realized that. They increased the sell price of malachite by a ton. This stuff sells for 50 copper a piece now? Back in Classic, or Vanilla, however you want to view it, you know, I say Classic because I didn't play Vanilla. I played Classic, though, so I do have experience with it, just not the OG material itself. This stuff sold for 15 copper a piece. It was the most useless gem in existence because, one, it's barely used in anything. You use it in the gemmed copper gauntlets, which require malachite and a tiger's eye. You use it in the copper chain vest, which requires a malachite. Engineers use it. What do they use it in? Like the low-level scope, right? The tiny scope or something like that. And then, or the, I don't know, no, not deadly. I don't remember what it is. Cheap scope, maybe? I don't know. The weakest scope you can make, I think, requires a malachite. And I think that's it. Maybe it's used in the pet too, right? The mechanical squirrel. Yeah, I think it's used in the mechanical squirrel too. So those all use it, but that's not a lot of stuff for an entire gem. Which are granted, I don't think the tiger's eye are used in quite a bit of things. It's used in 2 different swords, those gauntlets. It's used in the ruined copper pants, I'm pretty sure. It's used in the tiger's goggles. Probably some other stuff. Probably a pet as well, maybe. I can't remember everything. But yeah, and then shadow gems used in quite a few different things. It doesn't matter. The malachite felt more common than everything. They probably weren't, but it's because they felt so useless that you would see every time you saw one, you were like, ugh, couldn't have been anything else. I mean, like, nowadays, it's closer in price, but, like, shadow gem sold for 2 silver 50, tiger's eye sold for a silver, and then malachite sold for 15 copper, and it was like, you have the same drop chance as a shadow gem, and instead I get 15 copper. Depressing. And since they weren't utilized for like anything that was of value, the auction house, they sold for about 15 copper. I mean, like, no one needed to buy them, so you didn't get any value out of them on there either. Man, I tell you what, this drop chance, pretty low. We've cleared this mine out quite a few times. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit longer. I'll push it like, I'll probably push it to like 40 minutes. Just give us, you know, put some real time into it. So that's 16 more minutes from where we are, something like that. Yeah. So we'll keep clearing this and stuff. And if I don't get anything by then I'll farm it off camera and I'll show you when it drops, because, dude, I mean, I know it's like pretty low drop rate on both these things, but phew, I mean, maybe I'm really underestimating the drop rate on them. But we did get the Thuggish Shield, so that's nice. We did at least get one of the appearances. The most important, too, because of a completely unique appearance. So that is nice, at least. Granted, I think the Kobold mining mallet is completely unique? No, it's not. And I know you weren't. The stone knoll hammer is completely unique. That's what it is. You're completely unique. Yeah, and you should have. I'm glad you stayed completely unique. No one likes a rock on a stick. That's not true. People love rocks on sticks.
I don't have a target.
People love the terrible looking simplistic designs of some old stuff.
I'm out of range.
I don't know why, but they do. It's like those are the gauntlets I was talking about, by the way.
I can't learn that spell.
I guess I already had the recipe, but yeah, see, those require malachite. The gemmed copper gauntlets, yeah.
It's too far away.
That's what I was talking about. Copper chain vest. Was there any other... Not mining. Was there any other blacksmithing patterns that were low level? That's from a quest. That's from a quest. Like, we had the copper chain vest. Yeah. Yeah, copper chain vest, and we have the runed copper breastplate. I don't. That one might have been. They might have changed that one to the trainer. I can't remember.
I'm out of range.
Or it might have been a recipe drop. It might not be in this tier range. I don't remember. I know it's a world drop recipe in classic, but they changed a lot of recipes around, especially ones that were important to leveling up skills. Like that were very valuable in boosting the skill up.
I can't attack you.
I can't think of any off the top of my head necessarily, without just assuming, but I know some recipes were changed. Yeah, I can't think of any. I thought I knew some, but you can go. Someone could fact check me. I might be wrong. I don't think I am. Seem to have memory of some recipe being different at some point. Between picking it up from a vendor or picking up from a trainer. But hey, you know, like I said, it could be a fake memory. It's happened all the time.
I can't attack that target.
Alright, so I looked it up. These things seem to be like a... If WoW heads to be believed, which I know it can't be because like its data has been going off a long time of these things not dropping. It's a 0.05% drop rate, so that, I mean, that's pretty rare. That would be a 1 in 2,000 drop rate. So that would be a very long time here. Nothing too crazy, like not the most insane grind. It would give me something to do. Oh, there we go. We got one of them. That's the Cobalt Mining Mallet. Oh, that's the same one, just a slightly different color. Nice. So that was the miner one, so I guess we got to stay here, because the tunnelers are not over at Jasper Lode. Yeah, that doesn't actually make this farm any easier that we got the mining mallet first. But that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, looking it up, the tunnelers are the only ones that drop the shovel, apparently. See, that's something like I would have never noticed until I was doing this series. I would have never noticed that only the tunnelers drop the shovel and only the miners drop the mallet. Like how would I mean, I guess probably most people probably wouldn't have noticed that, to be fair, but oh, back to back practically. I mean, not really back to back, but you know, very close by. There's the shovel. So that gives us a shovel appearance. That's nice to have. I destroyed it. You can't item restore white items, so we're gonna need to get another one real quick. This has been a very sad day. I have made this day extremely sad. This is depressing.
I'm out of range.
I am depressed. I am so sorry. No one should watch this anymore. I fully understand everyone who leaves and never returns to this series, because that is something that shouldn't have happened. Not in a million years. Like I've done that a lot, and you would think at some point I would learn to be more cautious. It's clear. Okay, they fixed it. You can do item restoration on white items. I'm restoring it as we speak. I went and checked. Thank you, Blizzard. Yes, I got mail. Yes. Okay, they fixed. They changed that. That's very nice of them. I don't know when they changed that because I feel like I've checked for white item. I checked for that gray greatsword I destroyed. If y'all remember, way back in the day, I accidentally destroyed or sold. Accidentally sold. I didn't destroy it. Maybe that was the difference. Maybe if you destroy it versus selling it, it does it. You know what? I don't remember what this says. I'm gonna stop the recording right here, just in case there's anything that this says. I don't think it does, but we're gonna pause it real quick. Alright, yeah, no, it doesn't say anything, but I just wanted to be extra cautious there. But so there we go. We got the shovel. We've seen what it looks like. Equip it. Don't lose it again. There we are. Alright, so now we got the stone. What do we have? Stone knoll hammer? Yeah, stone knoll hammer. This drops, I'm pretty sure, is it outrunner? Oh no, runts and outrunner. So we'll be heading over here to Westbrook Garrison. This would be the best place for us to get it. Probably, I assume. Its drop rate. Oh, hey Gruff. You're up, huh? There you go. Give me some more green boots that I can use. So yeah, it looks like pretty much any of these knolls. We got a lot of these. More of these than the kobolds. So this shouldn't be as bad. Granted, yet again, don't know the drop rate. Should probably look it up before I start talking about how bad this might be or how bad it might not be. You know, been a while since I farmed in this area. Got the old long snouts. Might have to farm a couple of them. I mean, I don't need to farm a couple of them, but you know, just something to keep in mind. But yeah, this hammer, and then we get this hammer, and then it's off to rare farming. I need Gug and Narg, the Kobold brothers, I guess you could say. And looking this up, this is supposedly. Oh, hold on. I'm on. Well, you know, shouldn't classic drop rates be more accurate than retail drop rates? You would think so, but it said it had like a 9% drop chance, and that doesn't even sound right from classic. Actually, that might sound about right. Nah, no. Well, yeah, maybe. I've definitely got this hammer before, like quite a few times, leveling. Oh, by the way, if anyone was wondering about my hardcore character, he dead. He dead. I died at 46. Sad death. 46 warrior death, dead in the Daenerys. Died stupidly. Didn't even. Is that what we got there? Is that? Oh, it's just some copper. Who gives a shit? I was wondering if the game was taunting me with some tin right on the edge of Westfall. But yeah, I died at 46 Daenerys. Something stupid. Something stupid. Just running around, just being stupid. Got me. Should have known. I mean, I knew I would die to something stupid eventually. I knew it would be a stupid death. It'd either be like an unlucky death or a stupid death. I mean, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, I knew. So yeah, that's where my hardcore adventure ended. You know, anytime I might tune in back to hardcore every now and then just to do like have a little fun. I do like leveling in classic WoW. You know, I do enjoy it. I'm not a huge fan of hardcore, but as I put in perspective, at one point in time, probably to myself, I was explaining to myself why I was playing hardcore, because I hate hardcore like game modes. Hardcore WoW is great all the way up until you die. There's no negative to hardcore WoW until you die. In fact, it probably makes the game better because you utilize more stuff. You take your time more. You play more. You prepare more. You utilize more of the game. Like, you know, utilizing professions. you take fights smarter, you strategize, you go and do a lot more of like quests, you go and do like a lot more of the zones and stuff like that.
I'm out of range.
In general, I think like it is a legitimate better gaming experience than just playing WoW Classic leveling. But the second you die, the first time you die, at least in my opinion, I know some people like doing it, but the first time you die, that's when, oh, yeah, this sucks. At least for me, like I said. Okay, these things do not hyper respawn at all, do they? Like, I cleared like everything and they like they're like not respawning. Maybe the ones above Stone Cairn are better. There's more mobs up there. I figured these things would hyper respawn though. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're slowly coming back now. Yeah, this is probably fine. Yeah, this'll work. So yeah, if anyone was wondering about, because I know I'd brought him up before, if anyone was wondering about my hardcore character, he died. End of story. Yeah, outside of that, I've been doing the challenge mode races. In Dragonflight, they added them in 10.1.7 as well. They are weird in the sense that they took away like the major fun component of the races, in my opinion. Where now you either have to rely on doing extreme like management of your speed, like where you just hold most of your vigor, like where you hold it up to 4 or 5 and then you like utilize it properly, and from that point forward to finish the race, or you have to do the like skyward ascent speed. I don't know if I want to call it a strategy or an exploit. I don't really know. I think most people consider it an exploit, and I'm pretty sure Blizzard didn't design around it at all, so by that means it should be an exploit, kinda. But like where you, like when you're flying, you do like that, you tilt your camera up real fast and then straighten out. It gives you like max speed, like 1400 speed, and like the amount of time that speed lasts, you get another vigor by the time it's you start slowing down. So it actually gives you like 100% uptime on massively increased speed, and you never slow down and have any issues. So by that logic, it's really strong, and it's definitely the fastest way to actually just dragon ride in general. So if you're trying to get around the Dragon Isles faster, that's the way to do it. Killed that long snout. But see, the problem is, like I said, Blizzard definitely didn't design around that at all, and you can tell they didn't, because when you utilize that in the races, and when you use the upward ascent as pretty much as the only move you use, you only do surge forward or flap forward, whatever it's called, when going down. That's the only time you utilize that, pretty much. It is like the challenge modes go from not doing that being like almost impossible. Like they're definitely not impossible. I mean, they all kind of feel like the Ungoro race, the Ungoro advanced race, where it was like, man, like me playing at my absolute best, someone who has golded every other challenge, like all the other races. I only had to look up like a couple little helpful hints and tips for a couple different races here and there. I'm like playing at my absolute best. I'm still like a second off in my best attempts, but I'm consistently, like when I keep attempting it, I'm not even close. That second off run are like my crazy luck runs. All the challenge runs kind of feel like that, where like even when I'm utilizing all of my luck and everything, I'm just like still pretty far off. and just don't really have a chance. So, and then also you got to taking into account like that they, in my opinion, made it so that the races were a lot less enjoyable on challenge mode compared to even normal. That it really just hurts the whole aspect of the dragon flying, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it doesn't hurt anything because you don't have to do them. I mean, they're all optional. But like I said, as someone who has done golds on everywhere, I have them all. I have all the golds from all the advanced, reverse, normal in every Dragonfly zone: Zonelocked Cavern, Forbidden Reach, Thaldraszus, Oharan Plains, Azure Span, Waking Shores. I also got them in all the Kalimdor races. And when Eastern Kingdoms comes out in like, is it a week? I guess a week and 3 days, whatever. Yeah, like a week and a couple days. I'm planning on going and doing all the Eastern Kingdom ones too. And I really enjoy the dragon flying and stuff, especially the races. And the normal ones are definitely too easy. Even when I was a complete noob and just started dragon flying, dragon flight, I guess in general, I was able to gold all the normal races, no problem. And then I hit 70, and they give you the advanced race quest, and went through, and a couple of those took me quite a few tries. Not a ton of tries, they were still decently easy, but you actually had to utilize, you had to understand the course. You had to know, they added the new hazards. It was definitely fun. It was extremely enjoyable. Then they added the reverse courses, and these were interesting, and I actually have nothing against them because I know it was basically no work to give us like 40 new races or whatever it was. How much was it? It's like 9, 6, 12, 18, 27. Yeah, something like that. 27 new races, and I knew it took them like no work, so they could just throw that in a minor patch. Unlike and I guess the challenge mode races are similar in that vibe, where all they have to do is figure out like time requirements for them. They don't have to design anything new. Like, they don't have to make new courses. They don't have to try and make them fun. They already know the courses work and stuff. They just need new times on them. So that in comparison, it's like, yeah, of course, I'll always take more races, especially if it doesn't require much effort from you all, because then that means we get even more stuff, I've never killed you out here, huh? Hiding away. But the challenge modes, see, the problem is I have with the challenge modes is where, one, I don't enjoy them. Not as much as the advanced or even the normal. I like where it's just straight, like there's nothing to the race that helps move your speed. Like, it's all just your base flying. Even though it's not slow by any means, it feels kind of slow. Like, in comparison to the other races, at the very least. It definitely feels slow. So because of that, I just like, I just don't enjoy them as much as the normal races. And especially not the advanced races. The advanced races, while not very difficult, proved they could be difficult. The Forbidden Reach advanced races were considerably difficult. At least in my opinion. Not super challenging, but they were quite hard. And then Ungoro and a couple of the Kalimdor Cups were extremely hard. And sometimes the reverse courses were hard and the advanced weren't, and the other way was true as well in some cases. Like the reversed Encourage circuit. That one gave a lot of people a lot of trouble, including myself. So I know that they can make the advanced courses difficult. Now, adding an even more difficult mode is fine, because it was also very clear that even though some of the advanced courses were difficult, they weren't made to be like unbeatable. Okay, we're gonna go north of Stone Carrot Lake. These like these light respawns are kind of annoying. So we're gonna see. No, we're not. We're not going anywhere. I'm glad I stopped. Stone Knoll Hammer. There we are, boys. Let's not delete it. There we go. And there you are. It's got a little bit of a gray tint. Oh, well, not a little bit, a lot of a gray tint in comparison to the cobalt mining mallet. Jesus, can't speak. Lost all my words. But there you go. So that's all the zone drops there. That gives us those. And then we also got the Thuggish Shield. So we just need the studded blackjack and the small wooden hammer. And we are good to go. We will be done with the new stuff they added in 10.17. So yeah, you all have a good one. I'm going to be on that rare grind trying to kill some kobolds for some hammers, literally both of them. And we'll be back in Eye of Eternity not too long, so don't you worry. You ain't going to be missing out on that either. Have a good one. Alrighty, we got another Gug kill here. See if he wants to drop his hammer. He does! Look at that. Loot. He dropped his bag too. I guess I can drop both. So that gives us the small wooden hammer. That is a new appearance. That's pretty nice. There you are. Alrighty. So now we just need the studded blackjack from Narg, and we will be fully done back out of here. We will be fully done here in Elwynn, and we'll be back to Borean Tundra full time until we get the Azure Drake and those boots. Y'all have a good one. Alrighty, we got another kill on Narg here. See if he wants to drop that blackjack. No, but he wants to drop a different hammer. Well, sure. We'll keep this one in. What is this? Rusty Warhammer. Little two-hander. It's completely unique appearance, too, huh? There you go. Thank you, Narc. It's about kill number 25 on him, by the way. Just to put us in perspective what number we're at.